Hi there, it's July 31st. Boy, this month went fast, isn't it? And it's time for Proverbs 31, the last chapter of Proverbs. Okay, jump over here. Now, this last chapter it's mostly a poem, but the first part are words from that Solomon's mother taught him. Okay, she called him the mule, all right, a pet term. The words of King Lemuel, an oracle that his mother taught him. Okay. What should I say, my son? What son of my womb? What son of my vows? Okay. Don't spend your energy on women or your efforts on those who destroy kings. Okay, Solomon did just that, right? He had 700 wives. He would accept wives, princesses, and from other countries to expand his kingdom, right? He had a very large kingdom at the time. And that was his downfall, not because of the 700 wives, because to keep them happy, he would let them bring their own gods, set up their own temples straight to their false gods and idols. And we all know the Lord will have none of that, right? No. Okay. For it is not for kings, Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, or for rulers to desire beer. Right. And you know that rulers should not drink, okay? President Trump doesn't drink, never has. If you drink modestly, it's not, but if you drink too much, you'll be out of control, say. Otherwise, they will drink, forget what is decreed, and pervert justice for all the oppressed, right? Sons of affliction. What does it say over here? That is, the king must not give himself to wantonness and neglect of his office, which is to execute judgment. Right. You get drunk, you get stupid, right? Well, this is interesting, 6 and 7. Give beer to one who is dying and wine to those whose life is bitter. Let him drink so that he can forget his poverty and remember his trouble no more, right? Does it say to get drunk? No. It never says to get drunk in the Bible. But it's okay if you're downtrodden, if you're bitter, it's okay to have a drink, okay? All right? And remember your trouble, no forward. Forget your troubles for a while, okay? All right? People that say it's absolute sin and poison, never drink, they're wrong, okay? If they have that problem personally, that's their stumbling block, and you should stay away from that, okay? Okay? Don't drink around people that absolutely have a problem with it, so... But it's not a sin. It's not a bad thing, right? To have a couple of beers or to have a glass of wine. Okay, hey, speak up for those who have no voice, for the justice of all who are dispossessed. Speak up, judge righteously, and defend the cause of the oppressed and needy. Right? People with a lot of money only need to be held in check. The ones who need help, the ones who need justice, are the poor, the needy, the downtrodden, the regular, everyday working man, right? So, there you go. Those are the words taught to King Solomon by his mother, Bathsheba. Good stuff. I mean, this is really good stuff right here, okay? Now, the rest of it, verses 10 through 31, when this was printed, it was already a very old acrostic poem, meaning it was written, in succession of the letters of the alphabet. A is for this, B is for this, C is for this, D is for this, and it would have been taught to young girls, okay? This is not one person does all these things, all right? These are the qualities of a good wife, which back then, every girl's desire was to be a good wife, right? To be taken care of. So, and to be a helper as God designed. So, let's read this. Who can find a capable wife? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. She rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with willing hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from far away. She rises while it is still night and provides food for her household and portions for her female servants. She evaluates a field and buys it. She plants a vineyard with her earnings. She draws on her strength and reveals that her arms are strong. She sees that her profits are good, and her lamp never goes out at night. She extends her hands to the spinning staff, and her hands hold the spindle. Her hands reach out to the poor. She extends her hands to the needy. She is not afraid for her household when it snows, for all her household are doubly clothed. She makes her own bed coverings. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known at the city gates, where he sits among the elders of the land. She makes and sews linen garments. She delivers belts to the merchants. Busy woman, huh? Strength and honor are her clothing, and she can laugh at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and loving instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the activities of her household and is never idle. Her sons rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her, saying, "Many women are capable, but you surpass them all." Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord will be praised. Right? Highlighted verse. Give her the reward of her labor, and let her works praise her at the city gates. There you go. 30 is highlighted because charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord will be praised. Okay? Your qualities of a wife, right? Does it say anything about beauty in there? No. Okay. Doesn't say anything about beauty. Doesn't say she must be skinny and she must have long hair and she must, right, and be voluptuous. Doesn't say those things. Okay. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. Okay. We all get old. If we're lucky, we get old. That stuff goes away. Okay. You want to find a woman who has a heart for the Lord. Okay. If she has a heart for the Lord, she is a beautiful woman. All right? That should be the only important thing. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 31. We did highlight some stuff up here in Bathsheba's words to Lemuel, King Solomon. All right? Don't spend your energy on women or your efforts on those who destroy kings. And we talked, he did that, right? It is not for kings of the mule, it is not for kings to drink wine, and for rulers to desire beer. Right? I think it says a strong drink over here. Otherwise, they will drink and forget what is decreed, and pervert justice for all the oppressed. Right? If you get drunk and out of control, there's always somebody around who will take over that control. Okay? And 6 and 7. Give beer to one who is dying, and wine to those whose life is bitter. Let him drink so he can forget his poverty and remember his trouble no more. Right? You wonder why hard-working poor folks get together and drink on the weekends, have a couple of beers, just to laugh and remember and forget their troubles for a while. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nothing wrong with that at all. So, there you go. Proverbs 31, okay? The last chapter, and we finish again. All right? And tomorrow we will start all over again on the very last time through Proverbs, okay? 24 times. I'm amazed myself that I made it through 24 times. This is something I've been wanting to do for 50 years, okay? I never got around to it, and diligence has paid off. I've been, 23 times. We'll start the 24th and final time tomorrow, okay? And every one of them are in the playlist on YouTube, and they're all on Rumble, okay? Every one, okay? 24 times through Proverbs, okay? Maybe we should choose another book to go through, 24 times for a year. It's just tear it apart one at a time, right? You could do that. Let me know if you have any ideas, okay? Right? Till next time, we'll start another one. Give us a like it, think about it. Stay tuned later today. We are in Acts chapter 3, okay? No, Romans chapter 3. We finished Acts already, okay? And Paul's letter to the Romans. Very similar to, could be Paul's letter to the Americas today, because it sounds like he's talking to us and the times that are right now. So interesting stuff taking for that. But until next time, we'll start over. See you later.